Hey everyone, this is Sher with Processing Trauma Out Loud. Good to be back with you today. Today, I want to talk about the concept of pause. And I think sometimes we get to this point towards the end of a year and we can have a great opportunity to begin to ponder what has this year been like? What kind of things have been a part of my year? Where have I been? And where am I going? And in order to really evaluate where have I been, we need to pause. And in order to dream about where am I going, we also need that pause. And I believe that this is a great time for us to just take time. It's something that I do pretty much every year toward the end of the year is I allow some space for reflection. And as I have been moving toward that space this year, it's a little bit different for me because I know that I'm moving into a very significant time ahead, with the first 3 months of 2026 being a time away in Thailand for me. This is kind of part of this pilgrimage that I started a few months ago when I did my Spain trip. I talked about that on the podcast and how I really felt like this is a pilgrimage of sorts. And I've continued to feel that as the months have gone by. But sometimes when we're on this kind of a pilgrimage, not going to walk a specific trail that goes from point A to point B, the pilgrimage I'm on is much more undefined, and it's not quite as much of a physical pilgrimage as it is more of a spiritual pilgrimage, I would say, or even a maturity pilgrimage as I am discovering more of who I am and where I am and what I am stepping into. I did a little bit of research with AI on what marks or what is significant about a pilgrimage. And a pilgrimage is always has this concept of a crossing over. It's very much where I feel like I am in my life right now. There's been some expansiveness. I think I came back from Spain really feeling like some things are expanding in me. And I see that as being a part of where I am as I take these steps to go forward into this time in Thailand. It's very undefined and very uncertain and very unknown. Kandace also is in a time of pause. We've talked about her wintering for some time in the upper Northwest where she has moved, going through some life transitions, and really in a time of sabbatical of sorts. And sabbaticals are really marked by rest and renewal. It can be a time of reframing and taking an honest look at what are the important things and what has been important and what feels important going forward. But sabbaticals primarily are really typically known as this time of rest and renewal. And so Kandace is really in a place of pause as well. I welcome you to investigate. Where are you in the possibility of an opportunity for pause? We've been talking a lot about where are you finding yourself? And this is something that I have been thinking about so much on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. Where am I really finding myself? And right now, I'm finding myself in the pause. And as Kandace and I have talked about the season of life that we're in, we have come to the decision that we are going to pause new episodes for the podcast. After 184 episodes every single week for 184 weeks, we are going to pause our new recordings. We're going to take some time and evaluate. We're going to take some time for our personal lives and to walk some miles in sabbatical and pilgrimage in this place where we are finding ourselves. And so we want to just make you be aware that this will be our final episode for a time. And we really don't know when that will resume. We are in a pause and we don't know what is coming. We know that we have so much loved the last 3.5 years of bringing the weekly podcast to our listeners. It has been something that we have found so much joy doing and something that's really been very significant in our own personal lives. As you know, we've talked about this many, many times on the podcast, how us processing our own trauma out loud here on the podcast has opened thoughts, ideas, opportunities for healing, so much goodness as we have brought these episodes to you over the last 3.5 years. And I know that this will continue, that as we process our trauma out loud in the various places where we do that, it's something that has become a very real and important part of our lives. And we hope this is true for you as well. As you have seen our example, as you have experienced us talking about our own journeys, past, present, with a lot of vulnerability, appropriately so, I think, not sharing our deepest and darkest things here in any way that would cause struggle for our listeners, but it has been our hope that the things that we have shared would be an invitation for you to begin your own healing journey or continue your own healing journey. We have offered many resources on the podcast. We've encouraged you time after time to reach out for help as you are walking your own path into healing and freedom and light and life and love and connection and wholeness and freedom and integration. All of these things that secure attachment, all of these things that we have talked about. We encourage you to go back and listen to some of those early episodes again. Something that I actually want to do myself. It's been a long time since I've gone back to our earlier episodes to really remember what were we talking about back there. It's something that I plan to do in these coming weeks and months, because honestly, my life too has been pretty impacted by the discussions that we have shared here together. So I don't feel like this is saying goodbye. I feel like this is saying see you later. And we're available. Reach out to us at KandaceSher@gmail.com. That's KandaceSher@gmail.com. Or reach out to us on the website at processingtraumaoutloud.com. We would love to hear from you about your experiences with us on the podcast over these 3.5 years. And also just to hear where you are at, where you are finding yourself on the journey. We bless you. We love you. We honor your pause. And we bless your journey forward into more of the goodness that God has for you.